Here, the APA post-match interview. Let's see.
I am here with APA from Team Liquid, who unfortunately has just been eliminated from playoffs against 100 Thieves. Mm-hmm. APA, where are you at right now? What's the vibe?
I mean, just disappointed. Mm. Like you put countless 14, 15, 16-hour days for this result. I made a joke to my positional coach. I probably could have put a quarter amount of time and got the same result. So just feels bad. Like, not that I regret putting in the time. Just yeah, I don't know. I just wish it would have been better than this dog shit.
That's crazy. I mean, the thing that's insane is if you think about TL, right? They went 3-4 in their they went 3-4 in games in the group stage, which got them 4th place, and then they went 0-6 in playoffs. They actually just went 3-10 this split, and their season is over. So yeah, I mean, it's actually insane to me that a team like Team Liquid gets eliminated so fast. I mean, it's just so crazy to me that you can be eliminated this quick. I mean, you could be eliminated 4 weeks into play in summer split. It's insane. Like, there's no team out in LEC yet, right? Like, no teams are eliminated in LEC. Half the league is eliminated in LTA already.
I mean, that has to be frustrating because feeling like, did you feel some type of like powerless in it? Like,
I mean, towards the end of Game 3 is really when you can probably start feeling it.
Yeah.
Like you lose, I think it was like the Soul fight, if I recall correctly. And then they got Baron and Adacon. And then you're really just like sinking in your chair a little bit. You're like, man, like, this is Game 3, you're down 0-2. Like, you can't afford to lose this game. And then we make a Hail Mary play on Elder. And then it's just like, man, this is really how we go out? Like,
yeah. So do you feel like that was, do you feel like this series is like emblematic of Team Liquid's strength, or it was an off day, or what do you think like happened with the team today in this split?
I don't know, we just dog shit this split, man. Like, I mean, look at the stats. We're like 3 wins. Fucking, how many loses? 2, 4. I think we're 3-10 this split.
Dang.
I think we went like 1-4, 1-5 in series.
So like when that happens, I mean, especially like the core of this roster. Yeah. Y'all have been together for a while.
Second year ago.
Yeah, second year. And like UG's new, but it still feels like you guys have reached these much higher peaks.
Yeah, and of course.
Yeah. But like when that happens, like, do you feel like, because I think from the outside, when you're a viewer, you're like, well, the same ingredients are together, why is the outcome different? Like, no. What would you say in response to that question?
I mean, it's not true, but it's just a funny thought that popped in my head is like, no Humpty, no win. Because of course, like with Humpty, we're first, second, first. So without Humpty, we're 4th, 6th. But in all reality, that's like not true. Mm-hmm. Like, it's obviously not all Yuji's fault. Yuji has some blame, but it's not like 100% his fault. Mm-hmm. We all have our fair share. But I don't know. We were like the biggest team play team last year, and like I don't think any of us individually were like.
I mean, I think the thing is, I mean, part of Fearless Draft was you actually have to play multiple different styles, whereas it felt like Team Liquid was always good at, okay, so they would play the game the same way, but they would do it with like different types of champions, but it didn't necessarily matter, right? Like, let's say they would play Jax. They wouldn't play Jax the way that BLG would play Jax when Bin would play Jax, where like Bin would be the star of the show. They would be like, okay, if this guy gets resources, he's going to, win you the game. They would play their lane swaps with a Jax, so the Jax would be able to just survive dives, which is what Impact was the master of, and then in the game he would take a similar role when it comes to like making space. But now when you look at how they play, it's like they have to play a bunch of different champions because it's Fearless, and they are not able to play the game in a similar way every single time because the strengths of their team aren't there. Like, they want to make it the Eon show, but Yuji doesn't have a role within the team. Yuji is just lost within the team. You don't know if he's going to play something like a carry jungler. By the way, in that split, in the summer split, where I think they were the strongest, this is actually when they ended up losing to FlyQuest in finals, but I think that was the strongest split that TL had played. Like overall, I felt like they were by far the best team during the split, the most dominant for sure. When you watch them play the game, most games, Umti was just playing Sejuani, Maokai. Like he just had like a role. He's like, okay, I'm here to get vision for the team. Like I do not need resources. I will be low econ, and I know that if I get my carries to a certain spot, they will carry, and I just need to be able to do the things that are, you know, not that fun to do. So I'm going to go in, get vision, be able to track the enemy jungler all game. In fights, you know, he's gonna base early, which means he might not have an item, and the other guy might have an item, but he's going to base early, go there first to the objective, put down wards, like, and just hold the zone, wait for his carries that are stronger because he's been investing into them, and they're just like, they're better laners. Back then, he's going to invest into his carries, get there, and they'll just win the Drake fight like that. And Yuji is like, sometimes they try to use the fact that he was like a good carry jungler player in solo queue. So sometimes like they'll be like, oh, play a Viego game. Never seems to work out. When he plays like the standard junglers, it doesn't feel like he has any presence in the game. So it just feels like a lot of times they just don't, they have like an incomplete team where now everyone is playing worse as a result of, you know, probably just the mental turmoil of being like, damn, do we suck? Like everything's like always going wrong. It's harder to be as precise when you have like in the back of your head, like, what the f***'s happening in this game? What are these conditions? Like when things just feel off within the game. But then on top of that, it feels like they are playing 4v5 because they have 4 people that generally understand how they want to play. And then Yuji just is like trying to not f*** up. That's how it looks.
Quite insane last year. Like we're all like top half. We're solid players individually, but none of us were like, wow, this is the best player in the league. Shit that you have like maybe with like Inspired or like Busio or like potentially even Pupo.
Yeah.
With like FlyQuest members. And then this year it's just, we had like very lackluster team play. You know, we would make plays and then the enemy team would react first, even though we're like saying, like an example I can give is like my Tele game. When I ulted bot to try and go quit. Mm-hmm. In that play, I'm like probably screaming at that point. Like I'm ulting bot, I'm fighting quit, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, screaming about that play.
Yeah.
And then like they're the one that reacts first. It's just like an example off the top of my head where it's like, you know, how the f are they first? You know, we're the ones making the play and they're first.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just like, our team play was just bad. Like, I don't even know if, like, dude, I'm sure everyone was gapped. Like, I was probably gapped games 2 and 3, and honestly, game 1 too. But
Bot lane did not look gapped. Bot lane looked significantly better for TL, and it looked like it just mattered 0. I mean, Yun had huge leads in 2 out of the 3 games, and I think the other game he was just fine in.
just, I don't know. This split sucked, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you expect Thieves to be this strong?
No, I don't think they're strong. I think it's just like comparing horseshit and dog shit.
I mean, honestly, yeah. I mean, I think that's the real take. People hate when you say shit like this when you lose. I've noticed it in my own Twitch chat. Like when we lost to Shopify, people are like, do you think Shopify played well? It's like, no. I mean, I think we just played horrible. Like, I think that that's actually the real take. Like, I don't think that 100 Thieves or TL are strong. My take is that I think in general, like most teams are playing worse now because of the format. Like I would say that the format has made it so teams are actually all playing worse on average. Like I even think FlyQuest is playing worse on average because the thing about a normal format, right, which is really good, that doesn't happen in this format, is that normally you have games that matter, but they're regular season. So like the result is not super, super important, but it's important enough that both teams are really tryharding more than a scrim, and you get like a good, like solid game to improve your flaws on. Like for example, LTA last split, right? If you look at split 2, the format wasn't good, but you played more games, right? And we went 6-1. FlyQuest went 6-1, and then we played this like tiebreaker match where FlyQuest stomped us, right? Even though this match didn't mean anything, like this match meant 0 because it just meant like who gets choice of side or whatever. I shouldn't say it meant 0, but it meant almost nothing because we were guaranteed first in our group, so we're top 2 with FlyQuest. At this point, everyone thinks Cloud9 and FlyQuest are the best teams. We didn't care if we played against TL or Shopify. FlyQuest picked Shopify. We played against TL. We 3-0'd them. They 3-0'd Shopify. We moved on with the bracket. This match, like us getting stomped in this match, even though it wasn't like a super important match, it gave us so much to work on. Like having matches, like for example, Gen G versus T1, right? For Gen G, a lot of these matches don't matter because they've been locked first for like 8 weeks or something. I mean, not 8 weeks, like 6 weeks or something. They've been locked in first. Technically, it's probably like 3 or 4 weeks, but maybe a month. But those matches you can actually gain on. Like there is so much value of playing a competitive match in your domestic league versus another team that you perceive to be a top team, but not having the results be life or death. You know, just for like your own, for the team's improvements. And this is for every single team in the league, right? Like for example, when FlyQuest played us in this best of one, we kind of stomped them in this best of one. This was like a 27-minute game. They started playing differently after this. They learned from this match, even if it is just a best of one, the fact that they played against another team and they got like stomped by another team that's considered like, you know, top team in the region or whatever, that improves you because you're like, okay, these are the problems with our draft. Like, but when you're playing games that don't matter and then you're playing versus opponents that are significantly worse than you, it just makes all the teams worse. Like look at like FlyQuest opponents were DSG, 100 Thieves, and Lion. Then they played against TL. Those were the games that they played. Like the first 3 weeks are just DSG, 100 Thieves, Lion, and then there's a 1 week break. There's like 0 that you get that you improve on from there. Like you can try to improve from it, but it's going to be so much easier to improve when you actually get tested on things that you're bad at and things that you like didn't know you were like. When somebody points out a mistake to you, sure, you can go back through the VOD and you can be like, oh, we made a mistake here. Like, I mean, I do this all the time as a coach, right? You go back through the VOD and you're like, we made a mistake here. Like, we should play this differently. But if the result is good, it's so hard. It's so much harder for like players to change their mindset if the result of something was good, as opposed to like if the result of something was catastrophic and you like lose the fucking game off of it, right? So like we played Lion, Dig, like TL and like TL's form. Like these are not matches that improve you. So yeah, I think that literally the whole league is suffering because a bad format hurts the entire league. The same thing is happening with LEC. LPL teams and LCK teams are getting so much better because of the constant competition and because of all the games that they play. And then the games that NA and EU play, like they just don't matter. There's no pressure on half the games and they don't even get to play against top teams. Like if you're MKOI, you got to play 1 match against K-Corp and that's it. Like that's all you have really. G2 played 1 match against Fnatic, and then the rest of their games were against Heretics, BDS, and SK. It's so much harder to improve. When did G2 improve the most? Obviously, when they went to MSI and they played against like a lot of like good competition, and they were able to get important losses under their belt to draw on. Like it's just these dog shit formats in the West are just a curse on the fucking regions. Like it's top down. If you want the region to be competitive, you have to allow them to fucking compete. Like it's just so fucking basic.
Like.
It's a good metaphor.
Like we're here, they're here. Like, you know, FlyQuest is up here, some shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Did you have any experience playing against DSG in scrims much? Because I heard from River that they felt really strong.
DSG, wait.
Scrims much? Experience playing against DSG in scrims much? Because I heard from River that they felt really strong.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because 100 Thieves were saying, like, I mean, I said this on stream, but 100 Thieves was actually losing to DSG in scrims. I think that the reason for that is because the best players on 100 Thieves are mid and jungle, and like the worst players on 100 Thieves, like I think Dokla's fine, but I think that the worst players, like in general, like, you know, mid jungle, Quid River, those are the best players on the team, and the worst players on the team are, you know, Dokla and the bot lane. Right, FBI and Ayla, and DSG has the best players on that team are Castle and Rahel, right? So I think that the strengths of both teams just mismatch, and that's probably why, from River's perspective, he thinks that DSG is pretty strong. But yeah, I mean, it's weird, right? Because like, I mean, even after DSG played against us, I mean, I know people want me to say like, oh, they're actually improving a lot, they're really good. I think we just played fucking bad. I think we've been playing fucking terrible on stage compared to like what our level should be. The Shopify series I thought was bad. The DSG series I thought was just us playing bad. And the fact that we almost won versus Shopify and like beat DSG doesn't matter to me. It didn't like, because when I go into this, I actually scout the teams heavily. Like it's one of the main things that I do on the team. And I can literally just point out, like if you actually watch the games, I can literally point out DSG and Shopify making the same mistakes that they did versus other teams consistently in our games and having the results be different because of misplays, but still it being a bad play. I mean, there's examples of this where I can like show you guys where Shopify has this thing where they could test from two different sides on objectives. I mean, this is something that everyone knows. So they do this thing where they could test from two different sides. Have the early game on objectives, and this is just like terrible, right? Like this is terrible to do, where you have your AD carry split off. Look at how Shopify is entering this fight. They have 3 people here, and they have their Sivir top lane. Their Sivir's top lane, and we have everyone here, right? Because like Yone can connect to this fight, but Sivir can never connect to this fight. And then we just like, we missed Poppy ult. Here's the Ziggs bombs. We like used our Ziggs E like this. We used our Ziggs E like this. We Poppy ult nothing. And then we engage on them because we're engaging on the side because Sivir is completely disconnected. And we can't really catch Sivir because she has Flash Cleanse ulti. And then they just like win, you know? Like they just win essentially a 4v3. It's like these are mistakes they make every time, and we just play bad in that situation, and then they get an advantage. But those are mistakes that they make every single game. You know, they did the same thing versus FlyQuest.
I don't know if that's in your same.
I don't know. I thought DSG were the worst team. Still the split in scrims. It was them and Dig. And then probably us next. So, like...
I mean, sometimes the game is just like that. You know, like, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, then it's like fucking bad what you guys did there. It's like, no, bro. Like, I think that, I mean, every time I would tell my players here that what the play was correct and just play it better. You know, like, at some point, you can't just like try to mastermind every single situation and be like, oh, well, bro, if like they're winning 3v4, then don't take like 4v3s against them because they're so good. Like, I feel like this is what League fans want you to think, but it's like, no, it's just next time we just have to like not waste our Ziggsy, not miss Poppy ult. It is what it is. You know, it just is what it is at that point.
Didn't really feel the power from DSG. I was honestly quite surprised they even took games off C9 yesterday.
Yeah.
Same.
I think that just, in my opinion, that speaks to how poorly C9 is playing.
Wait, I have the same exact take. I think that just speaks to like I think that makes us look bad, not them look good. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Rather than DSG. Because I do think DSG has upgraded, but I don't think they're like, other than maybe Castle, who was gapping Thanatos yesterday, I don't think anyone was massively overperforming.
Oh, Castle gap. It's okay. Thanatos will play better this week.
Yeah, that's interesting because I felt like at the top of the split, the general consensus was like C9 and FlyQuest are at the top, and there's like some space, but then we're not really sure where the rest of the groups are. Mm-hmm. Like they had some like...
Can you put subtitles, please? Bro, they're speaking English. Do we need subtitles? Probably going to be auto-generated and be wrong.
It was kind of a question mark. And then it seems like as we've gone forward, FlyQuest has kept this pristine feeling, whereas Cloud9 has been taking, like, I think multiple game 5s, and has just felt like a lot more shaky. But do you think that they're still, like, top in the league?
My hot take
is
that every team is worth the split.
Damn. That's actually, okay, that's not even a hot take. I just said the same thing when I was looking at this interview. I think that this format just makes you worse. Like, that's my take, is that when you have because normally, okay, when you get into playoffs, you're trying to like band-aid things, right? But when you play regular season, you're trying to improve your ceiling. I mean, unless you're like fighting for your life in the bottom of the table, right? But like every team becomes worse when you don't get to like play matches that matter without being life or death, you know?
Genuinely, every team is worse this split. FlyQuest.
I mean, it just is what it is. Like, I don't even think it's a hot take. Like, it's just every team is worse. When you have a bad format, every team is just worse. Like, he might not know why. Like, I'll say why I think every team is worse. But, I mean, I see it in scrims, bro. I feel like every team is actually worse.
Included. I mean, I think 100 Thieves put up more of a fight and, like, beat us harder, in my opinion, than FlyQuest did. Yep. Even though we both got 3-0 versus them. So, like,
true.
FlyQuest was probably stoned first, but I don't think they're, like, as good as they were last split.
Mm-hmm.
And then, actually, that's not true. I think 100 Thieves did improve. I think 100 Thieves improved.
I mean, look, 100 Thieves and DSG improved, but it's just like the reason why 100 Thieves and DSG improved is just because they have better players on their team, right? They just have different players, but that's not actually improving. And they're not like a team that improved at the game. It's like they just put better players on their team, so then their team does better.
Like apparently, it seems like with Dokla coming in, like maybe Sniper was just dragging them down or something.
Yeah, they do seem to be like
someone's clicking with their team.
Yeah,
and like they're entering the honeymoon phase. But I think like every other team got worse. Like I think like we obviously got worse. I think like Lion got worse. Like how are they finishing 8th place when I actually think a couple of their players are quite good?
Yeah. Like, what do you think that is? Like, do you think there's a reason why everyone seems to be playing worse this split?
I don't know. Just
happens.
Like, my only thing is like when you try to change what's good, like other issues start to pop up. Because a lot of teams are like good because of like very niche things, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Like last year, I think we were really good at like team play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like that's not even a niche thing though. But
Like our players weren't like superstars, for example. This year we like try to change that up a little bit.
I thought their players were. I mean, honestly, I thought that Impact and Yeon were playing like superstars last year. I mean, Impact was just MVP of the league. Like, I know everyone's gonna say he's playing bad now because he is playing bad now, but he was actually just like, he was just smurfing. That split deserved MVP, and then Yeon just looked like probably the best player in the league, even though Impact deserved MVP because he was doing more in those games. Like, you know, and he was having some crazy situations that occurred. It still felt like Yeon had the highest ceiling in the league.
Yeah, and we're just bad. So like I think every team just try to change it up a little bit, like fix what's wrong.
Yeah.
And then they lost sight of what made them good. I think
it's somewhat that, but I still think it's the format, bro, because like you play so many matches that don't matter, you know, like that don't matter and that don't help you improve. I think that having matches that don't matter in terms of being life or death, but like help you improve are good. So like for us, if we played a regular season where we got to play, you know, a best of 3 against FlyQuest, a best of 3 against like Team Liquid, for example, best of 3 versus Shopify, best of 3 versus 100 Thieves, like I feel like that would actually help us improve more than playing, like we just exclusively played bad teams. Who did we play? Lion with a sub. Like, so our first game was Lion with a sub, who's like has literally like a 5% win rate in competitive in tier 2. Like one of the worst players I've ever seen. So that was nothing. We didn't even get to play the game. Like they FF'd both games in 10 minutes. Like the game was just not even a game. Then we played Dignitas, who's actually the worst team in the league when they have their full roster. That was useless. Like pretty fucking useless because these teams are just losing in like you're not getting tested on anything. They're just losing in a way where you know that the mistake they're making is bad. And they probably know it's bad too, but they do it anyway. And then you just get a win and it's like, nice, now we just go home. You don't, it's like, yeah, I mean, you're just not getting tested on anything. And then the TL series, we were able to get some from that, but it was also kind of just like a fake series because I think at that point we had already locked top 2 no matter what. Pretty sure. Maybe we didn't lock top 2 actually. Maybe it did matter, but it like kind of felt like it didn't matter. I don't know. It's just weird. Just felt like it was very unserious. And then it becomes like giga serious. There's no middle ground.
Kind of Thieves probably improved. I think DSU also probably improved, but I think that's mostly just because of player difference.
Yep, I agree.
Like, I love Scary Jerry. He's my boy, but Rahel is definitely a lot better than him. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So how?
I
guess
good.
Like you probably haven't thought too much about these coming days and the kind of break that you have. But do you know how long that break ends up being?
Oh, dude, I don't know.
Okay, great, cool.
Like, the only thing I know is my brother's wedding is on September 20th.
Oh yeah.
Previously, did not intend to make it because like playoffs was happening during that week. As you can probably understand now, my schedule has wide open.
Opened up, yeah.
You know, Moses has opened up the schedule and fucking spread the seas.
Thank you, Moses.
So like,
and by Moses he means Quid, and by the seas he means his ass cheeks. Just kidding.
Weird reason, I have some free days on his wedding, so I'm definitely gonna be at my brother's wedding back at home.
Oh, that's actually really sweet though.
But other than that, like, I don't know. Whatever Team Liquid tells me to do. They say jump. I'm asking how high at that point.
All right. That's great. How old is it older brother?
Yeah, 2 years older.
Nice. Oh, that's sick. Where are you originally from again?
Ohio. Northeast Ohio.
Is the wedding in Ohio?
Yeah.
Nice. Go ahead. Are you the only person in your family who moved to LA, moved away?
I'm the one that moved the furthest. Like, my sister recently moved out, but she's like 3 hours from home. My brother, actually no, I think all of us just moved away.
Yeah.
Because my brother lives in Chicago now.
All right.
And that's pretty far from Ohio. My sister like is the closest, but she's still a few hour drive away.
Yeah.
And I'm of course like across the country.
Are your parents sad about that? They fine with that?
I mean, every time I leave home, my mom cries.
Oh.
But I think she also does that with my sister who lives 3 hours away. So I think she's just a caring mom.
Yeah, it's just.
So I don't think it's a distance thing. I think if I lived next door, she'd probably cry.
My parents never cried when I left. They were like, thank God. Well, to be honest, I didn't live with my dad. I lived with my mom. But when I left home, she's like, good luck. That was it. What the
After dinner,
Are your parents supposed to cry when you leave home?
Have to. Wow. Well, I won't keep you too long. I appreciate you taking this interview. Do you have anything that you want to say to any APA fans, Team Liquid fans?
I mean, it sucks. Fucking terrible. I don't know. I never finished this low. You guys shouldn't expect us to finish this low. There's nothing I can say other than just sorry. Like, expectations should not be this low. And then we definitely didn't even do well. Like, we did terrible. So I just sorry about that. I don't know what's happening in the future. Who knows?
He was much younger when he left. No, he was older than me when he left home. I left home at 17.
Yeah. Well, thank you again. And thank you all for watching. Have a good one.
Peace.
Happy Valorant Finals.
Happy Valorant Finals at the end of the APA interview. Nice.